It's showtime.
Breaking news from the BS and Beer News Desk.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the show. It's the Beer Chaser, the Saints post-game show. I am Dale. With me from Sports For You, we got Terrell in the building. What's up, Terrell? How you doing, man? Oh, you look like you're muted, Terrell. You look like you're muted. There we go. I got you now, man.
That's what I say. I mean, we literally have no starters.
Yes, it's true.
And the one starter we did have, they went into a minute left in the game to target him, and he gets knocked out of the game. So I don't know what's going on in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been tough. Look, the Saints fall to the Raiders 25-10. I did not expect to get, blown out by the Raiders at home, especially when the Raiders coming in off of lack of sleep because their flight was delayed from Vegas to come to New Orleans. Yeah. Raiders got to New Orleans at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, on short rest. On short rest, and still, they remembered they had a guy by the name of Brock Bowers, national champion on their team. They remember, and it was like, oh yeah, what are we doing here? So.
Yep.
They remember they remember that blowout we gave them last time, sir. Like, oh, we didn't forget.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right, man. Let's kind of just get into the game. I just got just random notes because it was kind of tough following the game because we're not good, man. It sucks. Okay.
only excuse I have is it's not our starters. There's none of them are our starters. So
yeah, exactly.
So, but we haven't been this bad since Aaron Brooks, and we had starters back then.
Oh man, it's terrible, man. Terrible. All right. So early on, the Saints score with the trick pass. It's a flea flicker, throwing a touchdown to Juwan Johnson. Nice pass from Rattler. I'm sorry, not Juwan Johnson. Dang on it, Foster Morrow.
Yeah.
My bad. But for the touchdown, wide open, good pass. What you think about that?
It caught me by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he tossed it to Miller, and Miller tossed it back, I'm like, what they about to do? And the funny part is, what made that pass so good was Rattler had an easy first down right in front of him that he could have thrown to. So the fact that he was like, nah, I'm gonna go for the jugular and threw it to Foster, I was like, oh, that's impressive. I'm like, okay, now he's finally starting to get it. That was a good instinctive moment because he was like, well, why go for the first down? We just get that touchdown. So I was actually shocked and surprised that I'm like, okay, maybe Spencer Rattler has something. Again, that's what I thought at the time.
Yep. Bobby, for sure. That we cannot handle the blitz or stunts because
can't handle anything.
If the line does those things, offensive line like, wow, we have never seen this before. We have no idea what to do, and the quarterback gets hit. It's ridiculous. Spencer Rattler got beat up for sure in this game, man. Took 3 sacks on the day. It was not good.
And those overthrows he were doing, I knew eventually it was going to come back and haunt him because he's been doing it all the time, overthrowing receivers instead of throwing them right in the chest where they can catch it. He's overshooting them. So, I mean, We as a team, it's been screwed all year, man. Like we was somewhat up and down the winning record with the winning with wins and losses. Then Dennis Allen gets fired, and it's like, who's calling the plays, and they're not really successful. So it's Kamara, Olave, Carr, they're all out. We lost Shahi early in the season. We lost Olave in the middle of the season. It's the past. I want to say for the past 5 years since Drew Brees retired, we've had injuries every year.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of injuries and Dennis Allen too, Kendre Miller left this game with the concussion after 3 carries and 1 catch. He did not return to the game. This is a guy that Dennis Allen had on IR because of his injury problems. He continues this streak. Where are you at on the Kendre Miller experience overall?
I mean, he was backup at best, so just bring in someone else. I mean, Clyde Hilaire, he didn't look bad out there, so I would consider maybe keeping him and dealing away with Miller, because they can easily get another a fast running back for Kamara, because Kamara's gonna be the primary ball carrier when he comes back. So someone that's constantly getting injured, I would get rid of him, to be honest with you, because that's someone that Dennis Allen brought in and benched. So whoever the next coach is going to be, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a different way of how they want their running back. So I would give Clyde Edwards-Helaire a shot, have him and Kamara being in the backfield, and have the other running back that we had, not Miller, but the other one. Maybe keep him as maybe keep him as an RB3,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And to Bobby's question, I think I read somewhere that Cam Jordan was planning on coming back next season. So I don't know if that's going to be his final.
Yeah, I know it would help the cap if he's able to play next season for sure. So I don't think the Saints are going to run him out of town. But Cam Jordan, man, he showed up this game, especially early on. I want to say he had like 2 sacks back to back or something like that, or is sack and a tackle for a loss or something.
Yeah, he had a tackle for a loss. The first one was, I think, on Abdullah, either Abdullah or Matt. It was one of those two. He tackled him, and then that's when he got O'Connor on the next play.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So yeah, man, Cam has really sparked since DA's been gone. So that's been a positive since he's been gone. I think the defensive line has rushed the pass a little bit better as a whole since DA's been gone. It's still not great, but
still can't tackle.
Yes, still improvement there, especially from Cam Jordan.
Yeah, I think no offense to the interim DC that we have, because let's be honest, even though Allen was our coach, he was still, in charge of the defense. And that was one of the concerns I had when we fired him. Like, our defense, even though it still wasn't that great, but it was better than what it was the past couple of weeks. And I knew our defense was going to take a little hit because he's a good defensive coach. Yeah. So I knew by letting him go, our defense was going to take a little hit, and it did. So it's we got to get someone that's very, very a good defensive coach that knows how to teach these guys how to tackle. Because man, we missed so many tackles these past couple month and a half. It's like, come on
now. So Bobby, your comment here about Jamal Williams. He came in as like a running back that scored a lot of touchdowns in the red zone, not 1,000-yard rusher per se, but listen, I had a debate with Craig during the time when they signed him. I said he was not special. Craig was like, "Hey man, he scored all these touchdowns. He's got to be doing something right." So Yeah, I would definitely get rid of Jamal Williams next time around.
Mhm.
There's no reason to have him on the team. He's not doing anything
Yeah,
special. So
yeah, because getting red zone touchdowns isn't the same than being a primary back and getting a whole lot of yards from throughout the
mhm.
game. If they just wait, you're just a third down, red zone back. We need an actual back. And even when we brought him in, he wasn't going to overshadow Kamara. So you already know we was going to use him as a secondary option at best. There's no way he was getting more touches than Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. So about this next head coach thing, I don't know. I don't know who I would want as far as a person. I guess I'm wanting someone that's more of not a defense coordinator, not an offense coordinator, just like a team builder sort of guy. Maybe he doesn't specialize, a Coach O type. You know,
Hmm.
he's not a play caller. He's just a motivator and a team builder kind of guy. That's what I want as the next head coach. What do you think?
I'm trying to figure out who that person would be because um,
Maybe it's Rizzy. As a special team coach, you have interaction with the defense and the offense. You're the perfect guy to come in and like take over a team.
yeah, that's true. I mean, the locker room rallies around him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but cause we honestly haven't been in this position in like almost 20 years. So before then, it was a revolving door of head coaches from Mora, Ditka. It's like I honestly don't know. Are they going to go after someone who doesn't have a job right now, or are they going to promote in house to Rizzy and give him a
Mm-hmm.
shot, for at least for a year and see how he does? Um, I don't know, because this is pretty much that's how Dennis Allen got the job. Sean Payton semi-retired, stepped down, and he was just there. So can he change and hire his own coaching staff or hire an offensive coordinator or hire a defensive coordinator?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's some stuff that definitely needs to be fixed. And I think he should probably bring in a defensive coordinator who I don't know. But if
Yeah,
it's
it's got to be
him,
somebody that can figure out how to stop the run because right now we can't stop the run at all. Um, Abdullah ran crazy on us pretty much. He hit a career high by the third quarter. Um, he finished the
he hasn't
game
been
with
doing nothing all season.
right. Yeah, like they haven't run the ball very well in Las Vegas all season. But he finished the game with 20 carries, 115 yards, along with 17 yards there on the ground for Amir Abdullah. Um, so yeah, like how we definitely need to bring somebody in on the defensive side to stop the run because we can't play defense without stopping the run. They're just gonna keep doing
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what I don't know because again, this is uncharted territory. Like we're really this is the first time we're going through this in, like I said, almost 20 years. So this is a for sure a rebuild mode. So there's a lot of things to consider going in the off season on who we're gonna keep, who we letting go, who we trading. Are we gonna draft anyone? Because we are in the first round this year. If we are gonna draft someone, who are we gonna get? Are we gonna move up a little to draft someone we might want? So there's a lot of uncertainty for sure in our group.
it. It's a shame because like we spent so many resources on a defensive line, and to say, hey, we need defensive line help. You're like, no, we just did that
Yeah,
in the
and
draft,
to address Anthony, actually, we haven't been rebuilding for years. When Breeze retired, all we needed was another quarterback. We had the offense, we had the defense, so we haven't really started rebuilding to maybe last season or season before because we still had the offense. We just needed a competent quarterback. And now with all these injuries and we don't have a coach, this is definitely in rebuild mode for sure. Yeah. But for years, nah. Maybe the past two, yeah, but from 2020 all the way to 2021, 2022, we had the offense and the defense. We just didn't have a quarterback.
The other point I wanted to bring out about this game, the time of possession was so lopsided in favor of the Raiders. 37 minutes, 50 seconds to 22 minutes and 10 seconds with the Saints holding the ball. It's way too long. Your defense gets tired. You just can't win games like this, man.
No, you can't.
Plain and
you
simple.
Really can't. Yeah, you gotta control the time of the clock. You control the time of the clock. That prevents the other team from getting some good yards and some good scores. I mean, we were good at the first two games of the season.
right, exactly. So how do you evaluate Rizzi? Because all right, the Saints are 3-4 since he's been in charge. A lot of the players have been hurt. You still hadn't had your starting quarterback for a good majority of this time. How do you really evaluate him?
I'm not gonna say he was bad because he walked into a major situation and, like you said, racked with injuries. So it's like there's so much you can do. We got wins with him, so it's not like he went 0 for 5 or anything like that. Like you say, we're 3 or 4. He did his best. The team rallies around him. No one actually has given up on his watch. Mm-hmm. If they are going to give him the starting job next year, it's the same way I thought about with Dennis Allen. It's like this is your team to lose. This is your job. This is your job to lose. So him being a special teams coach, like you said, he has eyes on both the offense and defense. So, I mean, there's so much he can do with backups. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. We had nothing but backups.
Playing with backups, man.
I can see if it was like a full starter. We had all our starters. We had Taysom, we had Kamara, we had Olave, we had Carr, we had everybody, and this is how we ended it. Then I would be like, no, he's not it. But what are you gonna do when you're head coach of the JV team and all the varsity players are out?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Playing against other starters.
Yeah, man.
So it sucks, but I have nothing bad on Rizzi. I really don't. He shows a lot of fire on that sideline. The fact that he come up with some trick plays every now and then, it's like, okay, he's out here trying to coach this team. So I give him that. I really have nothing bad against him at all.
Yep. So the Saints have been officially eliminated there from playoff contention and everything like that. So, this is really it. We got one more game against the Bucks coming up. We just saw the Bucks win versus the Panthers. So I guess they're still in the fight with Atlanta for the division. Look like he's gonna be the Bucks again, though.
Actually, to correct you, Derek Carr eliminated us from playoff contention a few games ago when he did that hurdle. So we already been mathematically out in my estimation since then. So yeah, thanks, Derek. Thank you.
Yes, don't let Atlanta win a division. Please don't let Atlanta win a division. So they got a game tonight. We'll see what happens with that. But with them rolling out Penix at quarterback, I'm still rooting for him to fail because it would be so great to see Atlanta waste money on on Cousins, and then waste a draft pick on the quarterback too. Like that's the best.
I'm gonna be very upset. Michael Penix comes in here the late part of the season, wins the division, and takes his team deep into the playoffs. I'm gonna be very upset.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. That'd be
I'm
terrible.
gonna be very upset
That'd be terrible, bro.
because I laughed when people were like, on paper, Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback in the NFC South. I'm like, right. Just wait till you actually see Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then everybody saw Kirk Cousins. Because the moment they drafted Michael Penix, I'm like, yeah, Kirk Cousins is not going to be there for long. Because there's no way you're going to bring him in, pay him that money, and still go out and draft the quarterback.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. So, but they did it. I just hope they both fail to make things good for me.
Oh, yeah. Fuck the Falcons. Fuck the Falcons. I hate that
Um,
team the most out of that division with a passion. So,
what kind of contract do you think Cousins gets on the free market next season?
shit, I don't think it matters because Atlanta's still going to be paying him. So,
Mm-hmm.
for his first year contract, wherever he goes, I'm pretty sure he's going to take the minimum
Okay,
because Atlanta's still going to be paying him.
Right, that offset.
So,
Okay.
why would he want to? You know what I'm saying? Like he can play for another contract.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I mean, look, Cousins has bet on himself his entire career, man. He made a lot of money in Washington betting on himself because they didn't want to give him long-term deals. So playing on that franchise tag a few times. And that builds you a nice house, man.
Yeah, his age is going to get him hooked up in 2027.
Yeah, man. Yes, indeed. All right. You got anything else on this game or future Saints stuff or?
Man, for what it's worth, I appreciate the guys playing the best, but y'all need to learn how to tackle. Get together. I mean, go in the off season. There's no point of even playing any of the starters next week on the defensive starter. Just put in the backups. Get prepared for the off season. Yeah, prepare for the off season.
Yeah.
If you're gonna fire a coach outside of New Orleans, please make it a good one. I was gonna say Mike Vrabel, but I think Tom Brady might have that covered.
Well, I saw a quote from Mickey Loomis where it says he's going to hire a coach that he knows. So, whatever that may be.
Well, that he knows, then it's definitely not. It's definitely not going to be Rizzy.
He knows him. He's on the team.
But he said you're going to hire a coach. So
hire a coach.
Rizzy's already hired. He's already on the staff. So when you say he's going to hire a coach, is it going to be like a coach that's from the outside, or does that mean he actually going to promote Rizzy? Because
I mean, yeah, it could mean either one of those. So who knows?
I'm not going to vote against Rizzy getting a job. So I'm just gonna wait and see how this goes. We're probably not going to find out who's our next coach. So probably close to NFC Championship game or something like that. That's where we're probably going to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully by Super Bowl we'll know. But if it's Rizzy, congratulations. But let's see if they want to go out there and get an experienced head coach.
Yeah.
But who's going to be in the market?
See them maybe rolling with Rizzy just because look, we still got a salary cap situation. We got to get better, and maybe you sit with a guy on a cheap for a year or two to get the cap situation together, and then you bring in your real coach. It's a thought. I don't know if that's how they're going to work it, but that is a thought.
if that's the case, then it's definitely going to be Rizzy that's going to get the job, and it'd be up to him if he can keep it for a full year
Yeah.
and moving forward. Because I'm trying to figure out what good coaches are out there still. I mean, Pete Carroll, but Pete Carroll wants to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
Belichick is already in college.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
That's done.
Vrabel, he might go to Vegas. So we ain't got a lot of options, man. This is I don't think we're gonna be that good for a while.
Yeah. So Bobby here agrees with me. What he's saying. Have Rizzy for a couple years. That would make sense. It's going to be a long road back, so we have to be
Yeah,
patient.
yeah,
So, mm-hmm.
I agree. But it's like I said, it's up to like I gave this. I'm gonna give the same treatment I gave Dennis Allen when he took over for Peyton. It's your job to keep. If
Mm-hmm.
they feel like after a year and a half, if it's still the same old thing, they're gonna get a new head coach. They're not gonna sit around and wait 3 years like they did with Dennis Allen. I
Yeah.
gave Dennis Allen longer than expected because we had injuries. So I mean, you start the season 2-0 and then go on a downward slope like that while we still have players. That's not gonna keep you a job.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed. Like I said, I'm not opposed to Rizzy getting the job. I'm all about rebuilding mode, rebuild around Kamara while we still got him. Um, and then I don't know what we're gonna do with Carr. Do they feel like Carr is gonna be the quarterback of the future, or are they gonna get another one? Because Spencer Rattler has proven that he's not ready to lead a team, so he's
Yeah. I
probably
mean,
gonna
he's
be.
not a starter, but I think he's played well enough to say he could be a backup quarterback in the league.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I was gonna say. He's gonna be like a backup for a while
Mm-hmm.
until he really. We're gonna find out next preseason, doing after the training camp OTAs next preseason if he really got it, because he's gonna be
Yeah.
battling for that backup role for sure.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, but this is
And
a learning
that's another way to
experience for
save
him.
money, man, is by getting these young backup quarterbacks, because backups, they cost 10 million. A good backup, that's what the going rate for it. So we got to save some
Exactly.
money somewhere, and that backup, a rookie backup, is the way to go. So Ian Book needs to go to the UFL. That's what Ian Book needs to do, man.
Ian
Okay.
Book was a third. Ian Book was the third string quarterback, and the only reason he even had the chance to start because we didn't have a quarterback.
Uh,
So, you know, yeah, let that sink in. I'm not saying Rattler is an awful. I'm just saying he's not starter material yet, and he needs to at least fight for second place because I don't see
yeah,
him being a starter for at least another year or two. I don't
yeah,
think he's
yeah.
unless he drastically improves in the off season and next year. No,
Yep. I'm with
no.
you there. I'm with you there. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for us here on the Beer Chaser. We've only got one more game, so they can't hurt us anymore after this one more game.
I mean that one more game is the Bucks, so you gotta
Yeah,
beat a division rival on the way out to end the season. We got you. We just got
would,
to.
would be
But
nice
it
to
can
play
happen.
spoiler. Would be nice,
I
but
mean, yeah. If it really comes down to them and Atlanta for the division, uh, I mean, we don't want Atlanta to get it, so I guess we can't beat Tampa.
mhm, mhm.
I mean,
Yep.
we're not going to anyway, but I would just love it to because I don't think Tampa's going to play their starters unless it's for sure neck and neck with them. So if it's neck and neck with them for the
Yeah.
division, I'm pretty sure Mayfield and them are going to play. So,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, the rumors I heard about Tampa was they weren't going to keep the coach if if they don't win the division. So
I mean,
we'll see
even if
about
they
that.
did, I'm pretty sure they still would have got rid of Raheem Morris by the end of this. By the time their season ends, they're going
Mhm.
to get rid of him anyway. So, all right, that should bring him in as a defensive coordinator, Rizzy.
There we go.
you know,
There we go.
he'll get that defense right.
Yep. Right now, according to Tankathon, the Saints have the 10th pick in the draft right now, right behind Chicago and right in front of San Francisco. So
Yeah,
there we
but
go.
unfortunately, we're actually trying, and we're still losing. So we're not even on the. We shouldn't even be on the tank list because again, we got backups. So
Yeah.
this is why they're backups. Can't catch, can't tackle, can't do nothing. So, but
Yeah, man. It's been bad. Only one more game though. Only one more game.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Bobby. Giants screwed themselves out of possibly getting Shadur Sanders.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Those guys don't want to tank.
Yeah, I would say I'm on the fence of I don't believe in teams should tank. You
Mhm.
just play, and if you
Mhm.
lose, you lose. But go out there and actually play because you never know what could happen in the draft. Teams move up all the time and make trades to get to a spot they want or make a deal or something, and they still wind up getting someone they need. So
Yeah, it's hard to actually tank in the NFL. It's so many moving pieces. You just got to like sit a quarterback or some starters or something like that. That's the only way you could actually do it effectively. And so yeah, we'll see if the Bucks actually do that against us, or we were not going to do it against them. That's for sure. So
no, we would try and still
we
not
will not.
succeed. So
Yes, we do not actually do it actively. So
yeah.
all right. Well, we'll see you guys next week, and we'll see what happens against the Bucks. So stick with us. We'll be back then. Who dat?
Happy New Year.
That's right. Happy New Year.
Remember to follow us on social media at BS and Beer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.